Your dog stares at you while you sleep, not because they're plotting something sinister, but because they're actually checking if you're still breathing. Dogs have evolved alongside humans for over 30,000 years, developing an uncanny ability to read our emotions, predict our behaviors, and form bonds that transcend mere companionship. Behind those soulful eyes and enthusiastic tail wags lies a complex world of thoughts, needs, and desires that your dog desperately wishes you could comprehend. When your dog greets you at the door with uncontainable excitement, even if you've only been gone for 5 minutes, they're not just being dramatic. To them, each reunion is a miracle. Dogs live entirely in the present moment, and your departure creates genuine anxiety about whether you'll ever return. That jubilant welcome isn't just happiness, it's profound relief that their beloved human has safely returned to the pack. Your canine companion also wishes you understood that their sense of time differs dramatically from yours. What feels like a quick errand to you can feel like an eternity of abandonment to them. This explains why many dogs destroy household items when left alone. It's rarely about revenge or spite, as many owners assume. Instead, it's a physical manifestation of genuine distress and anxiety that builds with each passing minute of separation. Dogs are masters of body language, and they wish you were fluent in their subtle physical cues. That yawn during training isn't necessarily boredom, it's often a sign of stress or confusion about what you're asking them to do. The infamous guilty look when you discover a mess isn't actual guilt. Dogs lack the cognitive ability to connect your current anger with their past behavior. Instead, it's their response to your body language and tone, a submissive gesture meant to appease your obvious displeasure. Your dog also desperately wishes you knew that their nose truly rules their world. While humans process their environment primarily through vision, dogs experience life predominantly through scent. That's why your dog insists on stopping to sniff every lamppost, tragedy, and random sidewalk spot during walks. These aren't just bathroom breaks, they're the canine equivalent of checking social media, reading the neighborhood news, and connecting with their community. Those seemingly pointless sniffing sessions are intellectually and emotionally fulfilling for your dog. Perhaps most poignantly, your dog wishes you understood that when they press their body against yours or insist on sleeping in your bed, it's not just about physical comfort, it's about security and connection. In the wild, wolf packs sleep together for warmth and protection. This instinct remains deeply embedded in our domesticated companions. Your scent is profoundly calming to them, which explains why many anxious dogs seek out and sometimes destroy your personal items when left alone. They're not being malicious. They're seeking comfort from the next best thing to your physical presence. Your furry friend also wishes you knew that they're constantly studying your routines and behaviors. When they anticipate your movements, running to the door before you grab the leash, or getting excited as dinner time approaches, it's because they've mapped your daily patterns with remarkable precision. Dogs are natural pattern recognition experts, noticing subtle cues in your behavior that even you might miss. That jingling of keys, the specific shoes you wear for walks. Your dog catalogs these details and uses them to predict what happens next. Behind those adorable head tilts lies another secret your dog wishes you knew. They're actually trying to understand you better. When dogs tilt their heads while you're speaking, they're adjusting their ear position to better capture the nuances of human speech and attempting to read your facial expressions more effectively. It's their way of saying, "I'm really trying to understand what you want from me." Dogs also wish you understood that their seemingly bizarre behaviors often have evolutionary explanations. That peculiar circling before lying down? It's an ancient behavior from when wild canines needed to pat down grass to create a comfortable sleeping spot. The frantic digging in their beds stems from the same instinct. And that odd behavior of eating grass? While sometimes indicating digestive issues, it's often just an inherited behavior from their wild ancestors who consumed small amounts of plant material for additional nutrients. Your canine friend secretly wishes you knew that they experience emotions similarly to how a human toddler does. They feel love, fear, joy, anxiety, and even jealousy. but without the complex cognitive framework adult humans use to process these feelings. They don't harbor grudges or plot revenge, but they do form deep emotional attachments and can experience profound grief when separated from loved ones. When you notice them watching intently as another dog receives attention, that's genuine jealousy, not just your imagination. Most dogs also wish their humans understood that barking isn't just meaningless noise, it's communication with specific intentions. Different barks serve different purposes. Alert barks are sharp and staccato, warning of potential danger. Playful barks tend to be higher pitched with a bouncy rhythm. Demand barks are repetitive and insistent. By paying closer attention to the context and sound patterns of your dog's vocalizations, you can decode their specific messages. The way you speak to your dog matters more than you might realize, and they wish you knew that your tone communicates more than your words. While they can learn to associate specific words with actions or objects, the average dog understands about 165 words. It's your emotional tone that they're predominantly responding to. This is why baby talk, or dog-directed speech as researchers call it, actually works. The exaggerated, high-pitched emotional speaking style naturally captures their attention and communicates affection. Your dog also has a secret wish that you'd respect their personal space sometimes, particularly around other dogs. The dog park isn't fun for every dog, and forced interactions can be stressful for many canines. Just like humans, dogs have individual social preferences. Some are extroverts who love group play, while others prefer one-on-one interactions or even solitary activities. When your dog hides behind your legs during an encounter with another dog, they might be communicating a legitimate need for space that should be respected. Dogs are remarkably perceptive about human emotions, and they wish you knew just how attuned they are to your feelings. Studies have shown that dogs can distinguish between happy and angry human faces and detect stress hormones in human sweat. When you're sad and your dog nudges against you or places their head in your lap, it's not coincidental. They're responding to your emotional state with genuine concern. Perhaps most importantly, your dog wishes you understood that their love for you is unconditional but not unlimited. Dogs have physical and emotional boundaries that need respect. They experience stress, fatigue, and overstimulation, especially in chaotic environments or with inconsistent handling. Many behavior problems emerge not because dogs are stubborn or disobedient, but because they're overwhelmed by environments that don't account for their natural needs. Finally, your dog wishes you knew that despite thousands of years of domestication, they still carry the genetic legacy of their wild ancestors. The instincts to chase, dig, chew, and scavenge aren't behavioral problems to be eliminated, but natural drives seeking appropriate outlets. The dog who destroys furniture isn't being vindictive. They're an animal with pent-up energy and strong jaws designed for chewing who hasn't been provided appropriate alternatives. Understanding these secret wishes doesn't just satisfy our curiosity, it transforms our relationships with them. When we see the world through their eyes, or more accurately, through their noses, we develop deeper empathy for their needs and behaviors. We recognize that behind those adoring eyes is a complex being with emotions, needs, and a unique perspective on the world that deserves our respect and understanding. The next time your dog performs one of their seemingly inexplicable rituals, remember that they're speaking a language as old as their relationship with humans. They're not just pets, they're interpreters of an ancient canine wisdom that we're still learning to understand. And perhaps the greatest wish of all is simply that you see them for who they truly are. Not just the companion you want, but the remarkable being they actually are. What's the weirdest thing your dog does that now makes more sense after watching this video? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the secret world of our beloved four-legged friends. If this video helped you understand your dog better, give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow dog lovers.